Welcome into the Recruiting Roundup. I'm Jordan Ham, and we are fully into the football season. Plenty of great plays, great players last week in Week 0, and we're heading into Week 1 now. With that, I'm going to bring in my good buddy, Jason Jewell. And Jason, you were at quite a few games, and I know that there were a couple of players that jumped out to you that could be new prospects in the fold here in Arizona.
Yeah, Jordan, I started off at Central at Sunrise Mountain High School, and I really liked 2021 corner E.J. Anderson from Sunrise Mountain. His brother Jay is a very talented senior prospect for the Mustangs, but E.J. is a kid that I think is going to be a Division I guy down the road. He's a very long corner. He's over 6 foot tall and just looks the part. I saw him last year during their playoff run when I went out to a practice, and he caught my eye. Really liked him again during spring ball when I saw him, and liked him even more in the game against Central High School. And those big, long corners we know end up getting heavily recruited, and while he doesn't have an offer now, I think it's just a matter of time before he ends up getting a few. Then I went right down the road after that game kind of got out of hand. I went down to Liberty and Brophy High School game. They ended up in a 7-0 Liberty win, but right off the bat, the guy that caught my eye was Brophy's left tackle, Andrew Millick, 6'5", 275-pound junior. He was more than holding his own against Braxton Croto from Liberty, who we all know is a fantastic player that's committed to Cal. But Millick, I think, is going to be an offensive tackle at the next level. He does start both ways for Brophy. Very talented player, so I like that he is going both ways, and I see Division I player written all over him.
Our player of the week for Week 0 came from the game I was at, Hamilton and Chaparral. Chaparral pulled out the overtime win, and it's Tommy Christakos, the wide receiver and kicker for the Firebirds, and he just had a huge game on both fronts as Chaparral got that overtime win.
And Christakos had a huge impact in that game in two phases of it, being wide receiver and kicker. He had 12 catches for 238 yards and a touchdown in that game, and he kicked a 44-yard field goal in it. You don't see a player very often go from wide receiver slash kicker. You don't see that very often, but Christakos is our very first player of the week in the 2018 high school football season.
We have another really good slate of games here in Week 1. Saguaro's facing an out-of-state opponent, Liberty from the state of Nevada, and Jay Saguaro each and every year always has a ton of prospects. Who's jumping out to you that you want to see this week?
Geez, I really want to watch just that whole defense. I don't think there's a starter on there that doesn't have a Division I offer. It's going to be interesting. You know, Saguaro lost this game last year, 51-20, and I find it hard to believe that Liberty's going to be able to come in to Saguaro at Scottsdale and score 51 points again on a defense that it has 11 Division I football players, 3 of them committed at this time to FBS programs. You look at the guys: Keely Ringo, Damian Sellers, Connor Soley, all big-time football players, and it's just those are just a few of the names on a very talented Saguaro roster.
A lot of really good stuff here coming up in this week and the following weeks. Make sure to use the Friday Night 360AZ hashtag if you're out at a game on Friday night, and keep it here on the Recruiting Roundup on Sports 360AZ.